Hi guys, welcome to my second take on Makeup by Mario's collection. So a few weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3, I'm not sure, I ordered a few products from this brand and I fell immediately in love with the products and the whole collection overall, and that made me feel so inspired that I decided to bring you guys some sort of a mini series creating completely different looks using this brand's products. And this is actually my second take. I will leave the first one down below so that you guys can check it out. And today I decided to bring you some sort of a halo eye, and I used these earthy tones. I used greens and some warm brown shades and some golden, and I'm actually really in love with how this turned out. I love this kind of makeup look. If you have seen some of my videos, you probably know that by now. But anyways, in case you guys want to see how I did this, just keep on watching. And before we move on to the tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also to leave this video a like, because it's an amazing way of supporting me and helping me grow my channel. First things first, I am going to start by building a base for the eyeshadows, and for that I am using my usual concealer, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I always do this, as you have probably noticed by now, and I swear that I'm trying to diversify the products that I use on my videos and stuff, but makeup is really expensive. To blend it, I always use my beauty blender, because I find the beauty blender to be the best tool to blend any creamy formulas, to be honest. Before I go in with any eyeshadows, I am going to first set this base using a translucent powder. This is my favorite one, it's from Laura Mercier, and to apply it I just use like one of my largest blending brushes. Finally, grabbing Makeup by Mario's collection, first I'm going in with the Master Matte eyeshadow palette, and the first eyeshadow that I'm taking is matte number 4, which is this light brown, and the brush that I'm using is the Morphe M573. I'm going to apply this all over my crease until my inner corner. I go for like really large blending brushes whenever it comes to transition shades, because I want to cover a large surface with it, if that makes sense. So you will find me using the biggest ones, and actually I have an even bigger one in mind from Morphe that I have been really curious about. So maybe we will see that one soon. The first time that I actually saw that brush, I almost thought that it was a blending brush but for highlighter, you know, like the one that I have also from Morphe, because it was so huge, but it makes perfect sense to use something like that. And guys, if the colors on my videos change a lot, I am sorry, but I don't know what is going on with the iPhone 11 camera, but when it comes to like really white items like the palettes from Makeup by Mario, which I will try to keep away from the camera, it always turns everything green and yellow and it just goes a little bit crazy. And to be honest, I'm not an expert editing videos, so I kind of struggle to fix it. I do my best, but it's way too far from perfect. It still shocks me how blendable these eyeshadows are and how pigmented, and to be honest, I just love the colors. I feel like this was one of the best launches lately, because the products are super like complete, if that makes sense, and they are really good quality, and I can perfectly see like Makeup by Mario style in the products that he launched. Like I kind of feel like the collection screams Makeup by Mario all over, you know? All of the things that he usually does on clients, I don't know, like his signature is all over the brand, which was really cool. Now I'm taking number 8, and I am using this 227, which is the Zoeva Luxe Soft Definer, to apply it all over my crease. I'm actually going to use another mirror just in case my camera is already messing up the white balance, but this is the palette that I will be using. This won't mess it up. Definitely. The Zoeva brushes are so soft that it feels like you're giving yourself an eye massage. They are so soft, it's just so relaxing. As you can see, we are already starting to build a lot more depth right on the crease. I am already starting to place this darker eyeshadow in the inner and in the outer corner of my lid. And don't worry about the center of the lid, because if you take the darker eyeshadows too far in, we can just clean it with concealer and it's perfectly fine. So guys, now I'm going in with the 231 from Zoeva. I'm using the same eyeshadow, but I am using this brush to reach the inner part of the crease a lot better. Okay guys, so now with the 230 from Zoeva, which is their pencil brush, I am taking this really dark brown, which is the metallic number 11, and I am packing this eyeshadow in the inner and in the outer parts of the lid, and I'm kind of blending it into the crease, but I'm trying to keep it as precise as I possibly can. So something that I do that is kind of my trick whenever I do my makeup is to keep a towel on my makeup vanity, and whenever I need to use a brush but I need to remove as much pigment from it as I possibly can. I just clean the brush on the towel, no products needed honestly, and it removes the excess pigment that it might have. And now I can use this brush to blend the dark eyeshadow on the crease. This will not require as much blending. I just want to make sure that the transition in between the medium brown and the darker brown is just seamless. I just do some sort of zigzag motions, not much needed. And as you can see, I'm not bringing this dark eyeshadow until the center of my crease because there is where I want the light to be. So having this really dark eyeshadow in the center will kind of ruin that. So guys, I don't really feel like cleaning the center of the lid because in my opinion it's pretty fine, but if you do want to, or if you feel the need to do so, you can always go in with some concealer, set the concealer, and then move to the next step that I'm about to tell you. So now moving on to the next Makeup by Marius palette. This is the Master Metallics. I am going to be using this really gorgeous green, which is the metallic number 6, and to apply it, first I'm going to be using a brush which is the Morphe M213, which is this really tiny shader brush, and I'm just going to apply this green eyeshadow in, wait, let me change my mirror, and I'm just going to apply this really gorgeous green eyeshadow in the center of my lid. Even though those are probably the eyeshadows that I use the least, I kind of have a thing for green and blue / gray eyeshadows. I don't know, I just really love those kind of colors on makeup mostly. Like looking straight ahead really gives you a really good guidance of where to apply the shimmer. Now I'm going in with my finger and I'm praying that I don't mess this up. I just really like to use my finger to apply shimmers because of the color payoff. It's completely different. With this same brush, I am trying kind of to blend the shimmer into the crease, only in the middle section obviously. So guys, something that I would actually recommend to you, because this is something that I personally do, is to go back with the middle brown eyeshadow that we used, the shade 8, I believe. I think this was the brown eyeshadow that I used. Yeah, it was definitely. And using the pencil brush, which was the tiniest brush that we used, just kind of go back and apply it where the shimmer finishes and the really dark brown that we used starts. This will help like soften up the transition and just blending any edges that you might have. In the end, I feel like this really makes a huge difference, even though we don't even apply that much. I feel like I'm going to be using a golden shimmer from this palette on the lower lash line. So guys, I still want to add a little bit more depth on the upper part of my eye makeup, so I'm going in with this black eye pencil and I'm going to run it along my upper waterline. Now I'm going in with the M210 from Morphe. This brush is clean and I'm just going to do some sort of zigzag motions to kind of blend the pencil. I want this to look like my lashes are super full, not that I actually have like a black pencil in there. This might be a little bit more visible now, but once you apply the lashes, you will only have like the really full intense lash effect, and you will probably not even be able to notice that you have a black pencil in here. Okay, so guys, I'm going in with my Dior waterproof eye pencil because I don't know what is going on with this one, but it has like a greenish pigment not supposed to be there, and I honestly love this Dior pencil. It's actually one of the best eye pencil formulas that I've ever tried. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly use this one. I wanted to use that one because it was given to me and, you know, just for the sake of variety, but it's not working. This is something that is clearly kind of stressful to see, so I'm sorry. I went off camera to apply false lashes. The ones that I'm using are the Demi Wispies from Ardell, and while they are still drying, before going in with mascara and curler and all of that good stuff, I am going to start doing my complexion. And first I'm going to be using my MAC Prep+Prime Natural Radiance Primer. I love this primer for a really glowy and dewy skin. And actually, before applying the primer, I have already applied the Strobe Cream by MAC. This is in the shade PINKLITE. And this is honestly a really good product. It's actually one of my staples. I have been using this product for such a long time. I love it. If you are trying to achieve like a luminous finish or like a really dewy skin, I feel like that product is just a must. For foundation, I'm using this one from NARS, which is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. For a very long time, I was using a brush to apply the foundation first, but a few days ago, I used the Beauty Blender and I fell in love with it again to do like the whole thing, not just to even out everything by the end. And no, I just don't care about my brushes anymore. So for concealer, I am going in with the same one that I used to build the base for the eyeshadows. And I use this in a few shades lighter than my skin tone because I use it mostly to highlight and not really to add that much coverage. Because as I've mentioned, like I color correct my dark circles, so that kind of takes care of a lot of the covering part issue. I'm going in with my beauty blender to blend the concealer. I'm still going to retouch the concealer after applying like the creamy bronzer because I don't know why, but for my Instagram I never forget to apply the creamy bronzer first, but for my YouTube channel that's a whole different story. Now I'm going in with the creamy bronzer that I was talking to you about. This is the Tantour from Huda Beauty and I use it in the shade Light. The brush that I use to apply this creamy bronzer is the 401, which is the sculpting brush from Real Techniques. I always go in with my damp beauty blender in the edges, like where the contour is meant to pretty much finish, just so that the transition is really soft. So I'm just quickly going to do some retouching with my concealer. I'm not applying much, just pretty much powder enough. Before going in with any powders, I'm first going to spray my face using the All Nighter from Urban Decay. To set my complexion, I'm going in with my Laura Mercier powder again. And the brush that I'm using is this one from Primark. This is my OG powder brush. You have seen it like a lot of times on my channel, pretty much in all of my videos. And I just love this brush because it's super soft and it's not that big. I don't know, I just don't really like those large powder brushes. It's just not for me. But the thing is that this is kind of old, which is surprising because it's lasting like a really long time and it's in perfect condition. And I'm not really sure if they are still selling it, so... But it's really easy to find good powder brushes in my opinion. I actually have a video talking about like all of my favorite makeup brushes, like the ones that are complete staples for me, that no matter what brushes I try, I always want to keep around. I will leave the link to that video right here in case you guys want to check it out. And plus, all of those brushes that I mentioned in the video are super affordable, so that's a plus. So guys, I want to bake my under eye area as well as right below my contour, just because that really helps shaping the face. So I'm going in with my beauty blender and a larger amount of Laura Mercier powder, and I'm just going to press it against my skin. I also apply the powder in the bridge of my nose and on the sides. While this whole thing is baking, I'm going in with my NYX curler and with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I'm going to take care of my upper lashes, and I will be right back. While I leave this on baking for a little bit longer, I'm going in with this brown pencil from Urban Decay. This is their 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Whiskey, and I am running it along my lower waterline because I want to add a little bit more depth, but I don't want to add the depth that I added in the upper lash line with the black pencil. For bronzer, I'm taking my HUDA from Benefit and my Japanese brush, and I am going over the same places that I did with my creamy bronzer. For blush, I'm going in with my favorite one from NARS. This is in the shade Orgasm, and I'm going to quickly clean my Japanese brush, and I'm going to use the same brush. I like to apply it in the apples of my cheeks and along my contour. To finish off the lower lash line, I'm going in with the 234 from Zoeva, which is this shader brush, and I am taking the lightest brown eyeshadow that we used, and I'm going to mix it with the medium one, and I'm just going to run the brush along the lash line. Now going back in with the pencil brush from Zoeva, I'm taking the really dark brown, and I'm applying it really close to the lashes and only like in the outer part of the lower lash line. Now I'm just going in with mascara, and that is it for the eye makeup. I still have to do my lips and apply highlighter, but before I apply any highlighter, I'm going to spray my face one final time using the same all-nighter. Now for highlighter, I'm going in with my favorite one from Becca and my Morphe brush from their Luxe collection. I love this highlighter. It looks so natural and makes my skin so glowy. It's my favorite formula so far. So guys, I almost forgot that I wanted to apply some golden eyeshadow in my lower lash line, and I tried it and it's still working, so I'm going in with the first metallic and I'm going to apply it right in the center of my lower lash line. So guys, for lips, I'm going to be using my favorite lip combo, which is this MAC pencil and the Ludwig Everlasting Liquid Lipstick from KVD. Hi guys, I am back, my hair is done and so is the makeup, and I'm fully glammed up just to stay at home once again. But anyways, that is not the point. This is my second take on Makeup by Marius collection. I am in love with this collection. The more I try, the more ideas I have, and the more I love the brand. And honestly, I have a thing for green eyeshadows and blue ones, even though I don't use them as often. But yeah, I am really in love with these shades, and like this shade of green really has my soul. I don't know, I just love it. But I would like to also know your feedback on this makeup look and on Makeup by Marius collection, so don't forget to leave it in the comment section down below. And also don't forget to leave this video a like and to subscribe to my channel, because as I always say, it's an amazing way of supporting me and helping me grow my channel. So yeah guys, that is it. Bye, and I hope to see you in my next video.